8 hours.
Yeah. Okay, so we're good. We're on.
Great. So we are supposed to discuss the homework, and then there's a test we're supposed to do, right? Is that the way you guys did it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's go over the homework first, I guess. And it specifically said part 2, but I'm sure we can do both parts. Were there any questions?
Okay, so just clarify what part 2 is.
Let me grab it real quick.
It started with question 6.
Oh, I don't think I did that part. So if I minimize this, you guys, can you still see everything?
I assume as much. I've been doing that all along, trying to get stuff set up while we're talking. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. So
So I think we can look at other pages, but everybody else still sees our face, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Doing that, so I assume.
So on lesson 2 homework.
Don't see a part 2 to the.
I don't
homework.
either.
It's not a separate thing.
Yeah, it's the same document. So it's it's the lesson 2 statistical process and design of studies, the preparation assignment, and the second page. So numbers 1 through 5 is part 1, and 6 through 8 is part 2.
Okay, so it's not the homework. It's
okay. All right.
Oh yes. So this is the preparation assignment.
Okay, good. All right, I'm with you on that. So
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys have all already checked your answers and everything? I assume? Okay, were there any questions or confusion or insights or anything that you guys wanted to share?
I think it was pretty straightforward for this lesson.
Yeah.
I think it was too.
Yeah, I highly suspicion this is mainly to get us used to doing this so that later on when it's harder and more involved, it'll be easier to collaborate.
Definitely.
It's the calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So any questions on any other parts of the homework or preparation or anything?
No, I don't think so. I think that I sort of get caught up sometimes on the difference between it's super simple, but the categorical and the quantitative. There's some things that I'm like, well, hey, couldn't that be both categorical and quantitative? Because, sometimes changing that data would make a difference. Like on the homework, on the species of a tree sold at a nursery, it says that it's categorical, but it seems like that could also be quantitative if you were really trying to get information on the things that you've sold. So I don't know.
I think the number of that species of tree would be quantitative. Like we sold 5 Douglas firs.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 would be quantitative, but the Douglas fir would be what's the other one? Categorical. Yeah. And I really liked the hint they gave us about if you can add, a number to it, does it make sense? Like if you were to add 5 to Douglas fir, that wouldn't really make sense. But if you were to add 5 to we have 5 Douglas fir, 5 and 5 is 10. If we get, 5 more, it's going to be 10. Then it's quantitative. That really helped me with that.
Okay.
So,
and
did you watch?
I thought the same thing, like with a phone number would be categorical.
Right.
Because if you add like +2 to your phone number, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
Right. It's categorical and not quantitative.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one part of the homework or the preparation, I can't remember which it was, that I found I had trouble with was when they were asking what the treatments were, I kept forgetting placebo. That the placebo is actually considered one of the treatments.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it kind of doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me because the placebo isn't really changing anything. But I guess because it's necessary to do the comparison, they consider it one of the treatments.
I think the placebo is kind of like a quote unquote treatment. You know what I mean? They're not doing anything to that group, but they're still considering it a treatment for the, like you said, for the comparison aspect between the two, I think. Is kind of how I understand it, but.
That makes sense. And maybe, I hadn't thought of it until just now, but maybe because I know if they don't give the placebo, then the people know who's in which group, and that can change the effects. So maybe that's also why they call it, because by giving it, you're keeping the effects from being, you're keeping them from being altered by their knowledge of who's getting treatment and who's not. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think that's totally right.
Okay. Any other questions or insights or?
I think so. On the quiz we're going to take, can we use our notes and stuff, or does anybody know?
I have not looked at that. I haven't even gotten it open quite yet. Let me get there.
I would imagine that we could, but I'm not 100% either.
It says you have 2 attempts to complete the quiz. But I don't know, is this the one that we take together or?
Together.
I think there are 2 quizzes for this week, and the group one we take together while we're online. That's what I understand.
The group meeting quiz.
The group meeting quiz. Okay.
Yep. Should we start taking that quiz? Is everybody ready to do that?
I think so. I am.
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay, it is untimed, right? So
right. I have 2 attempts for this one as well.
Yeah.
Yep, it does look like we have 2 attempts.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
We're all scared to death of a quiz.
Every time I go to submit a quiz and find my grade. Oh, how did it go? Okay, so
I'm going to look and make sure we're allowed to use notes. I think we are, because I think it's, kind of.
But we can use each other, so. That's
I think because we can use each other and it doesn't say that it. I don't know. I've found in most of my classes it'll say like, do not use your notes or whatever. But if it doesn't say anything, I think it's free game from what I've understood from my other classes as well. But I would hate to say that and then get us in trouble or something though. So I guess I'm not sure.
No, I think it's okay.
If somebody watches this recording, I guess they'll figure out that we used our notes, right?
Yeah,
and they'll straight next time.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down to question 3. How are you guys?
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Okay. Researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer this question, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experiment would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying?
I'd say that we're in the design the study phase.
Yeah, that would be. I concur.
I agree.
Yep.
I think so too.
Okay, does someone want to read 4.
I'll read it. Okay, it says, a researcher has collected the results of a survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watch each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes mean number of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process did the researcher apply?
So it sounds like she's already collected the data, and now she's describing the data. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I think it's described.
I do.
Okay, so describe the data.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody else want to read one?
I'll read it. Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The population is, on this one, it would be all registered voters, right? Or taxpayers, registered taxpayers.
The population, let's see.
I think it cannot be determined.
Registered taxpayers.
Yeah.
So that's not a choice, though.
Right. So I think
would it be the citizens of Mumbai then?
Yeah. Because it would be more than the 1,049 people because those are the subjects. But the population is subjects.
And I don't think we could say that it's the citizens of Mumbai. It's the registered taxpayers that are the citizens of Mumbai.
Right.
That are the
and we can't assume that every citizen is a registered taxpayer.
Right. So I think it cannot be determined.
Okay.
I think so.
At least I would be willing to argue that point.
And sometimes those kinds of questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes those kinds of questions, I think I overthink it too. So.
Yeah.
So I took the homework quiz, the other quiz yesterday, and there was a similar question to this, where it did reference taxpayers.
Right.
Like it did a random selection of, let's say, 8,000 people, and they got 2,000 responses. And I know that the answer to that one was the collective group of taxpayers, because it's basically a representation. You know, those 5,000 people were a representation of all taxpayers or all citizens. But I think this question, I think you're right. I think it is a little bit different in the sense that I don't know if we can make the assumption that the citizens are.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I've got someone at the door. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're fine. I don't know. I guess I'm not sure if we can assume that the citizens of Mumbai are all registered taxpayers, where if the answer said all registered taxpayers, then I would say 100% that would be the answer. But the fact that it says the citizens of Mumbai, I'm not really sure.
I mean, I think, that's the problem. I think that the question gives us the information to be able to determine who the population is, but the answers don't give us a correct.
Right.
And that question on the homework quiz is a lot like that one, but there was a definite answer.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah.
Although,
so I
don't know, because they're trying to determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business.
Right.
So
But the population for the experiment, like the 3,000 names they randomly took, are from a list of the registered taxpayers.
Yeah.
So what was that called when they did the they take
So that's
they take a portion. That's the what?
That's the simple random sample. Like the 3,000 names are like drawn out of a hat.
Well, but if they're doing all the citizens of Mumbai and then they've already split them into taxpayers and non-taxpayers, and then they do the SRS of the
that's the stratified.
So we could say then that it is all the citizens of Mumbai. They've just used a stratified way of doing it. Is that right? Or am I grasping at straws here? I hate to do the undetermined because it always makes me so nervous, you know, because, yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Let's see.
Kind of torn on this one.
Yeah.
I always have a hard time with questions like this because like we know the material and we know the answers, but it's just the way that it's worded. You know what I mean? It's like I could explain to you, you know, what everything is and everything, you know, but yeah, it's kind of just tricky wording.
This is my suggestion. We pick one, either cannot be determined or the citizens of Mumbai. We'll get it right or we'll get it wrong. And if we get it wrong, we come and retake the quiz.
Good call.
And choose the other one.
That's very simple.
Have a second attempt.
Yeah, because we have 2 tries.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So which one are we doing?
You know what? Citizens of
Eeny,
Mumbai.
meeny, miny, mo.
I'm going to go with citizens.
Should we do the citizens this first time?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's just remember. Yeah, we'll remember that one. Okay.
Oh, wait. You know, we should read the next question. Is it
gosh.
the same?
It's
So
the
the
same.
population sample. So the sample
is
Oh,
the sample is the 3,000 names.
Yeah.
Right. What? 1,049 who respond. Yeah, it's the 1,049.
It's A, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sample is the 1,049.
Okay.
Okay, question 7.
All right. So we're on 7.
Yes.
Yes.
Whose turn to
Yeah.
read?
Does someone want to read it, or do we want to?
I can read this one. I don't think I've read one yet.
Okay.
Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour of class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where your score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting? Quantitative or categorical?
I would say quantitative.
I would say quantitative too, because she's determining what percentage you remember, right?
Right.
Your score out of 10 is recorded. Yeah.
Okay.
The score, and you can add 2 to score or subtract 2 from a score, and it still makes sense.
Right. Does anybody have an argument for categorical? Like, why would it be categorical? No.
I think it's quantitative.
I'm pretty sure it's quantitative.
I think so too.
Okay. Quantitative.
Okay. Number 8.
Same question.
So we can go down to the bottom.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So
This one's different in the sense that he records the response as yes, no, or not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? So that would be categorical, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And question 9 is the same.
So, but the last sentence, your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over 6 days. This group is called the control group, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you guys saving your answers as you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So question 10 is, which of the following would be considered an experimental design?
I think it would be B.
Yeah.
I think it's B,
Yeah.
the tuberculosis one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this one might be C.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yes. C.
Oh, how many questions are there? 15?
I know.
I thought it stopped at 11 for some reason. I think that's where my...
What did you guys think about 11? Sorry.
C.
Many randomly selected workers.
In each working district.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Does someone want to read, or do we want to read it ourselves? Or
Go ahead and read it.
okay. You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will cure children of RSV. You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects? It's going to be the children.
Right.
Yep.
All the children.
Yes.
Okay. And the next one is the same, only what are the treatments?
Oh, I already talked about that as the vaccine and the placebo.
Yep.
Yes. I think.
All right.
Is it my turn to read?
Yeah.
Without seeing faces, I don't know who's reading and who's not.
I think it's your turn. I think it's your turn.
I'll read this one.
Okay.
In 1982, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. The researchers wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following 3 groups. So, low poverty voucher group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers usable only in low poverty areas. Do I need to read all of these groups? Areas with less than 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding a private unit to lease. And 2, the traditional voucher group, which received regular Section 8 certificates or vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistance from the PHAs. And then the control group, which received no certificates or vouchers, but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs to which families would otherwise have been entitled. This study was an
Experiment.
Yeah.
Because they were altering the situations for the family.
They had all the
Changing.
control. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
it's-
they were
into different groups and yeah.
Okay, match the following. Step 4, step 1, 5, 3. Okay.
So step 1,
So step
design the study.
Yep.
Step
number 1
is
Those 3.
Yeah, so step 2 is to collect the data.
1.
3 would be to describe the data. 4 would be to make inferences. And 5 would be to take action.
Okay, so starting at the top and working down, we have 5, 3, 2, 4, 1, right?
Well, I don't know if yours is asking in the same order, because mine says step 1, step 5, step 4, step 3, step 2.
I think all of ours are in a different order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can't do it that way.
Yeah, so step 1 is design the study. Step 2, collect the data. Step 3 is to discern or is to describe the data. Step 4 is to make inferences, and step 5 is to take action.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so now we submit it, huh?
Let's do it. We'll see if we got.
Oh gosh. We'll see if we got that one question right.
Yeah.
When you guys take your tests, are you only able to really use like the bottom third of your screen?
Yes.
Hey, we did it,
guys.
Right. I'm glad we didn't choose the other thing.
So I think it's safe to say, like, the questions that are like that, I think it's safe to say that the small number that is chosen, I think is referencing to everybody in most like that. And it was the same way on the homework quiz too. But it was just kind of the way it was worded that made us think twice about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome.
All right. So is that everything that we need to do today then?
I think so.
As far as I understand, that's everything we're supposed to do for this meeting today.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I stop the broadcast.
Uh-huh.
Okay.